I refused to let my parents move in. Now they say I abandoned them. I'm a 38-year-old man, married for nearly a decade to my incredible wife, 36F. We have 2 kids, 2 little tornadoes of joy and chaos, age 6 and 4. Life isn't perfect, but after years of grinding, juggling jobs, babies, diapers, bills, and all the late-night existential crises that come with adulthood, I finally felt like we were hitting our stride. About 5 years ago, we bought a modest but charming 3-bedroom house in a quiet suburb. It's not huge, but it's warm. It's ours. The kind of place where the walls remember laughter, where the smell of pancakes still lingers on Sunday mornings, where our kids' crayon doodles on the wall in the hallway are more cherished than annoying. And now, all of that feels like it might be at risk. It started innocuously. A phone call from my mom. We talk maybe once a week, sometimes twice. This time, though, there was something different in her voice. This mix of nervous energy and expectation. "We decided to sell the house," she said. "They live 2 hours away in the house I grew up in. A beautiful old 2-story with creaky stairs and drafty windows and the kind of charm you can't build anymore. But I know my parents. That place hasn't felt like home to them in a long time. Maintenance is hard. Dad's back isn't what it used to be, and Mom never loved gardening the way she pretended to." "That's great," I replied, genuinely trying to sound supportive. "You guys thinking condo? Retirement community?" There was a pause. "Well," she started, "we were actually thinking maybe we could come stay with you for a little while. Just until we figure things out. 6 months, maybe a year. Just to get our bearings." That sentence felt like a gut punch. It's not that I don't love my parents. I do. They gave me a stable childhood. They were supportive in the ways that mattered. But they also come with baggage. And not just metaphorical. My parents are traditional, conservative, opinionated, and, frankly, intense. My mom believes she knows best about everything, especially parenting. When she visits, she critiques everything. How we feed the kids, how much screen time they get, how messy the toy bins are. She even once reorganized our entire pantry while we were at work because she thought it was chaotic. My dad is quieter, but passive-aggressive. He's the kind of guy who'll never yell, but he'll sigh loudly when something annoys him. Like if my kids are being too noisy during dinner, or if my wife doesn't salt things enough. Oh, and speaking of my wife, they don't exactly get along. It's polite on the surface, but cold underneath. My wife, bless her, is patient, loving, thoughtful, and incredibly private. Her home is her sanctuary. Her space is sacred. We're both introverts, and after working and parenting all day, we need quiet. We need control over our environment. The idea of sharing our space, our sanctuary, with my parents for even a week, let alone a year, it was anxiety-inducing for both of us. Our house isn't large. 3 bedrooms. 1 for us, 1 the kids share, and the 3rd is the guest room. But really, it's my wife's remote work office, our storage closet, and the only room where you can close the door and not hear Paw Patrol. If my parents move in, that room's gone. My wife loses her workspace. Our house becomes a pressure cooker. We'd be on top of each other 24/7. There'd be no room to decompress. My wife would feel watched, judged. I'd feel trapped between being a son and a husband, constantly juggling emotional expectations. I didn't say no immediately. I told my mom we needed to think about it. I talked to my wife. She didn't say absolutely not, because she's not that kind of person, but I could see the tension in her eyes, the way she held her coffee tighter. She bit her lip, a nervous tic she's had since college. "I don't think I can do it," she finally said. "Not long term. I love them, but I don't feel safe with them here. Emotionally, I mean." And that hit me. I realized we were about to sacrifice our peace for someone else's convenience. So I called my parents back. I tried to be gentle. I told them we simply don't have the space, that our routines are tight, and that our home needs to stay a safe and private place. I offered to help them find a rental, even to cover part of it financially. That's when the drama started. My mother acted like I'd slapped her. "I can't believe this," she said, her voice breaking. "I raised you. We gave you everything. And now you're turning your back on us when we need you." I tried to explain again, but she wasn't listening. "Your father and I aren't asking for much. Just a roof over our heads while we transition. What kind of son refuses that?" My dad didn't say much. He just let her do the talking, occasionally nodding in silent agreement. But the look in his eyes, that mixture of disappointment and moral superiority, spoke volumes. Later that evening, my aunt texted me. "Then my cousin. Heard your parents are selling. They must be heartbroken you won't take them in. Family comes first, you know." I won't lie. The guilt was real. I spent days second-guessing myself, lying awake, wondering if I was being selfish. But every time I imagined them living with us, I felt the walls closing in. I imagined my kids being scolded for jumping on the couch, my wife tiptoeing around her own home, my mother judging everything from my parenting to our choice of cereal. Would I be a good son if I let that happen? Or would I be sacrificing the family I built for the family I came from? Here's what I realized. My parents are good people, but they've never respected boundaries. Not really. And this wasn't just about living arrangements. This was a test. A final push to see if I'd bend to their expectations one more time. Saying no wasn't just about space. It was about protecting my marriage, my children's emotional health, and my own peace of mind. It's been 3 weeks. My parents still aren't speaking to me. My mom posts vague things on Facebook about entitled children and forgotten elders. A few more family members have chimed in, hinting that I've failed some unspoken generational contract. My wife has been supportive, but I know this has taken a toll. She worries that she's the bad guy in this, even though the decision was mutual. I've started seeing a therapist just to untangle all the emotions, the guilt, the anger, the loss, because that's what this is, a loss. Not of my parents, but of the image I had of our relationship. The idea that love alone would be enough to bridge differences in boundaries, lifestyles, and expectations. I know what society says, that we're supposed to take care of our elders, that family comes first. But what happens when family puts your mental health at risk? When helping them means hurting your spouse and children. TLDR, my parents asked to move in for 6 to 12 months after selling their home. I know them. It would likely be forever. They don't respect boundaries, don't get along with my wife, and our house is small. I said no, and now they're furious and telling extended family I'm abandoning them. Ida,